Shakur is everyone's
Yes,
toughest fight, which might be another way of saying he's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, because he's impossible to hit. He is very, very difficult to hit, which makes him extremely difficult to beat. And that goes for anyone who weighs the same as him. He moves up to 140 pounds. He fights the champion. It was not close. He's taking the best guy who's not hitting every division.
Yeah, but they're still not high-quality guys.
Close.
Hey, man, like I said, I don't speak on that dude.
It's Ryan Garcia's kid.
He been saying my name lately. Let's see if he really stick with it.
It's Devin Haney's kid.
We'll see. We'll see. It'll come to fruition on fight night or when it's time to sign contracts.
This is a couple of fights boxing fans, myself included, have been wanting to see. Drop a couple of names, one of them being like Gervonta Tank Davis. Could we see these fights being made?
I've been said like 1,000 times, I'm with fighting all of these guys. Like, I would love to fight any of them, at any given time.
Max Kellerman recently weighed in on Shakur Stevenson's next opponent, and his pick is already sparking debate among boxing fans. However, this discussion goes beyond a single fighter. Shakur has reached a stage in his career where each bout plays a key role in shaping his legacy.
Shakur did it in front of many of the guys on that list that are now behind him. He goes from number 7 to number 3. Imagine that pressure.
And he doesn't care about the crowd booing. He doesn't care if everyone doesn't like his style. He's so content to stay behind that front knee. Safety first, but give you a little offense. Just like I said on the show, on air. Give us a little Mike Coppinger, but give us a lot of Malik Scott. Give us some science, but give us some drama.
Despite some online chatter suggesting Shakur Stevenson is avoiding top-tier opponents, the conversation continues to heat up. Boxing Massacre recently pointed out that Tim Bradley accused Shakur of being afraid to face Devin Haney at 147 pounds, specifically over concerns about Haney's weight rehydration, and also claimed Shakur is dodging Keshin Davis. According to Timothy, Keshin is actually scared of DLO Santos. Meanwhile, Tim strongly supports O'Shaquie Foster, calling him a true competitor who welcomes any challenge. Max Kellerman, on the other hand, believes Shakur has reached a point where every move he makes carries significant weight. Several names keep coming up: Devin Haney, Keshin Davis, and O'Shaquie Foster. But each potential matchup tells a different story. A fight with Haney would be the biggest draw, thanks to the existing rivalry and the ongoing back and forth between both teams. Keshin represents the young, hungry underdog, with tensions already building online. O'Shaquie Foster presents a tricky challenge. He's technically skilled, precise, and doesn't make opponents look good in the ring. Still, when it comes to Shakur, the real question isn't just about who he faces next. The bigger question is, who can actually figure out the unique style he brings every time he steps between the ropes?
To me is that, like, all the guys at the top pound-for-pound list, we watched them have, like, tough fights against other tough opponents.
This is the first elite fighter he's faced.
But listen, I get it. But look how it looked, though.
It was so upside down, Mike. It was so upside down.
Oscar Valdez.
Okay.
Oscar Valdez is not elite. Not even approaching.
After Conor Benn's name entered the conversation, Shakur made his stance clear as well. Ben had been speaking aggressively inside the ring and firing verbal jabs his way, but Shakur appeared completely unfazed. Rather than letting emotions take over, he calmly explained that there are different tiers in this sport. From his perspective, Ben still has plenty to prove before being considered a true threat as a boxer.
Ben was talking a whole bunch of shit, bro, in that ring. Talking about you too lil, and saying stuff like that. And I heard your response. Let the world know what's the response to that.
He green. I've been said this, like, he a green fighter. He's good far as, like, well known and name wise, but, like, far as boxing, I've been doing this since I was 5 years old. He been doing this since like 18 years old, so the level difference is obviously clear.
Your style is so controlled and patient. Is that something boxing taught you, or are you just naturally like that in life?
Nah, I think I kind of got more patient through the years, but did boxing teach it to me? Yeah, kinda, yeah. Because as a kid, you want everything to happen like right now.
Yeah,
then
anxious.
As you get older, you start realizing that things happen on God's timing. So for me, I know like when it's gonna happen when it's supposed to.
Shakur has been very clear that he isn't avoiding any of the big names fans continue to bring up, whether that's Devin Haney, Keshawn Davis, O'Shaquie Foster, or anybody else. He says the opportunity is there as long as the business side adds up. But from his perspective, a matchup can't just be hype or social media talk. He wants the opponent's team to step up in person, get to the table, and put together a real agreement.
He better than him, like, at everything when it comes to boxing.
So will that fight ever happen?
It probably will, but I told him, and this is what I told everybody at 147 pounds. Only way I'm fighting at 147 if it's a 10-pound rehydration, and that's what he did.
I beat that motherfucker up. Like I took it from him. Because I just saw you went up a weight class for the last fight, right?
Yeah.
And you
I went to his weight class and took his belt.
Yeah.
It's like I turned into a whole nother person or something. Like, it's me or him. It's me or him.
That's exactly why he pushed back on the Haney situation. According to Shakur, the chatter might have originated from Haney's side, but it never developed into genuine negotiations. For him, there's a major gap between publicly challenging someone and actually working to get the bout signed. And when the bright lights are on, he's confident that audiences will witness a completely different side of him, not the one people constantly argue about.
See these fights being made.
I've been said like 1,000 times, I'm with fighting all of these guys. Like, I would love to fight any of them at any given time. But that's on these guys. These guys gotta come to the table and say they want to fight and make it make sense. I feel like even with the talks, right, with the Devin Haney situation, I feel like the talk started from Team Haney, but it never was a real like negotiation or reach out, let's talk about this. It never was that kind of like thing. So, but for me personally, I just feel like I'm willing to fight any and everybody. Anybody you name, they want to rumble. I'm different under them lights. I'm not the same guy that they talk about under them lights.
When Shakur was asked who could actually push him to go beyond his usual limits, his response didn't come across as someone looking for extra motivation. Instead, it sounded like a fighter who believes he's already figured out everyone in the division. In his view, certain matchups might seem thrilling on the surface, but as soon as the opening bell rings, he begins spotting errors, gaps, and vulnerabilities that casual viewers completely miss from the outside.
Stronger than the next guy, and they mental have any weakness, I'm going to take advantage of it. Like, I'm still getting better and better. There's things that I'm doing right now that is going to show up when I fight again. So I just know there's so much more to come.
What boxer could you face that could bring out that 100% in Shakur Stevenson?
I don't know. That's the thing too. Like, I don't know, because when I look at like every fighter out there that I see, I think like the same thing with Tio. Like, everybody thought it was about to be a good fight. Like, I think I'm at a certain level to where like it sound like it will be a good fight. Like, you'll put this guy's name out there like, oh yeah, or they could be the best fighter to everybody else's eyes. But when they get in front of me, I just don't know. Like, I think it can get real easy with a lot of these guys. Like, I done seen a lot of holes in their game, so I can't really say that somebody gonna bring. It may never even.
Shakur also broke down why weight has become the biggest sticking point in ongoing negotiations. From his perspective, supporters keep pushing him to climb to higher weight classes repeatedly, as if it's no big deal. Even though he just competed at 140 pounds for the first time not long ago, he feels people are so eager to watch him face tougher opponents that they overlook the fact that he's still naturally closer to 135. In his view, the very reason fans want him jumping between divisions so quickly is actually a testament to his skill, because they're already placing him in the same conversations as naturally bigger fighters. He made it clear that moving up to 147 isn't out of the question permanently, but he sees that as a move for later down the road, not something he has to hurry into at this moment. For now, Shakur believes the main focus ought to remain around 135 pounds, while staying open to special bouts at a catch weight if the terms work out.
That's the problem. That's the biggest issue because it's like fans want me to just move up fight after fight. Like I just moved up to 140 my last fight. That was my first time ever at 140. You know why they want me to move up fight after fight? Because I'm that good. So how about they give me my credit and say how good I am, and then maybe we'll be talking about it. But I just don't think like right now I'll be fighting at 147. Like I feel like that's going to come in the years to come. I feel like 47 will be my last weight class. Then I look at like a guy like Devin, and they could act like, oh, well, when you get to 47, he might be going to 54. I don't see it. Like, I don't see it. Like, I think them guys at 54 is way bigger than them guys at 47. So I think he's going to be at 47 for a long time. That's the part that they're missing. I'm a 35-pounder. I plan on fighting at 35. I've been told them before my last fight, I'm going to fight at 35. But I'm willing to fight anybody at 140.
When questioned about his next step, Shakur didn't reveal any names and instead stayed tight-lipped, making it clear that audiences will just have to keep speculating until an agreement is officially reached. That said, he did make one point unmistakably clear. He intends to step back into the ring again before the year ends. And when asked what drives him the most at this stage, his response was refreshingly straightforward. For him, boxing continues to be about building a legacy and demonstrating his abilities. But at the end of the day, fighters put their health on the line every time they compete. So the financial side has to add up as well.
I wrote on X, your next move is your best move. Is there any chance of us knowing any names on that next move? In your last fight?
Nah, I think everybody just gotta keep guessing.
You seem quite keen on Conor Ben.
Everybody gotta keep guessing. They'll figure it out. Once it happens, they'll figure it out.
Another fight this year for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Guaranteed. No question.
What motivates you the most right now? So is it legacy, is it money, or is it proving people wrong?
Money. It's sad to say, like, people gonna say, out of here. We boxers at the end of the day, like, we're getting in the ring. The main thing that every fighter wants to see after they get out the ring is a...
At the same time, Shakur has been paying attention to the online talk surrounding him. He also fired back at critics who accuse him of avoiding certain matchups. In one post, he wrote, "Hope for my failure. It won't work. You all can't hold me back." Then followed up with another message. "Stay focused. Get back to the grind. Champ. They can't stop what's coming." Stephen A. Smith then asked Shakur a question that many fans have been wondering. If you're truly that talented, why haven't the biggest fights actually come together? Rather than sidestepping it, Shakur replied with confidence, essentially saying the issue isn't him calling out opponents. It's getting those opponents to commit on paper. He went on to explain that certain fighters have already seen what he can do behind closed doors. That means they understand the real danger better than the public does. And in Shakur's view, once a fighter shares the ring with him and ends up looking average, their entire reputation could shift literally overnight.
Looking at you and I'm saying, I saw Lamont Roach fight Gervonta Davis. How come Gervonta Davis didn't fight Shakur Stevenson? How come these cats? Do you find, how do you answer that question for those of us who look at you and say, where are these fights at? How come they're not fighting it?
My answer to that question is, I had a lot of personal experience with these guys, and these guys done seen me in the gym, and they done been in the ring with me before, so they know how good I am. And when they know that I'm that good, it's hard to get them to sign a contract to say, I want to fight that guy, because you see what happened with T.O. Like, T.O. got in there, got embarrassed, and now the world is turning their back on him.
Stephen A. Smith then pressed Shakur further, asking him to point out which fighters might want to avoid that kind of public exposure. Shakur chose his words carefully and didn't list too many names directly. But Stephen A. brought up Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia, and Devin Haney one after another. When Ryan's past remarks were brought into the conversation, Shakur appeared completely unimpressed. In his view, it sounded like the same kind of talk he had heard before from other boxers, right up until they actually had to get inside the ring. And when Ryan compared a potential matchup with Shakur to facing Devin Haney, Shakur made it clear that he considers himself an entirely different kind of problem.
Fight with Ryan Garcia. Let's read this quote right here. I know he's confident, so let's run it. I just love something about fighting somebody people don't think I'm going to beat. It's like the Devin Haney effect. With Shakur, they're going to think he's going to spank me, blah, blah, blah. When I get in there and I start hitting him, it's going to be different because I'm not one of those fighters that don't have a quick eye. He knows that my eye is quick. That same eye twitch that Shakur has, I have it too.
Shakur then addressed Ryan Garcia's bold attitude, noting that he had encountered similar statements in the past. He brought up Teofimo Lopez, who also talked confidently ahead of their matchup, only for the actual fight to go in a very different direction once they stepped between the ropes. But the most significant part of Shakur's reply came when he distinguished himself from Devin Haney. He gave Haney credit, but emphasized that he believes his own defensive abilities and overall skill set are on another level. From Shakur's perspective, Ryan might assume he can replicate what worked against Haney, but facing Shakur would present a completely unique challenge.
A lot of things to me. He said he was gonna knock me out. It sounds good, but Ryan Garcia got to understand one thing that's very important. I'm not Devin Haney.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not Devin Haney.
How are you different than Devin Haney?
With all due respect to Devin Haney, he got his game, but my game is at a higher level. My defense is way better. I don't think Devin Haney has the type of defense I got that.
I totally agree with you.
Sean Porter, along with his longtime friend and co-host Anthony and Brenna, plus boxing journalist Sean Zettel, broke down why a matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney would be so extraordinary. They viewed it as a clash between two athletes who are both at the peak of their careers and technically sharp enough to make adjustments on a round-by-round basis without heavy coaching. In Porter's eyes, this goes beyond just another high-profile bout. It's a genuine chess match featuring two of the most gifted boxers competing today. And although he gave a slight edge to Shakur, he also made it clear that the contest is so evenly matched that picking a winner with total certainty is extremely difficult.
I'm going to give the edge to Shakur slightly. That's still hard to even say. Yeah. That is the biggest fight in boxing right now. Yeah. These are probably the most talented fighters in boxing.
Yeah. Literally, two of the most talented boxers you never really see. Yeah. Two talent that's like of anybody get in the ring against one another.
Let's not wait too long, too.
Yeah.
Let's not wait too long today, turn 40 or something like that. Come on, don't do that.
Boozy Andis and Aaron Ford also weighed in on a potential matchup between Shakur Stevenson and O'Shaquie Foster. They gave Foster credit and mentioned they'd be glad to see him land a major payday, given how hard he's worked and how much he's earned that kind of opportunity. However, when it came to the actual fight analysis, they didn't sound very optimistic about Foster's odds. In their view, Foster is a solid boxer, but Shakur is currently competing at a completely different tier. They highlighted Shakur's intelligent ring IQ, defensive skills, timing, and his ability to dictate the pace of a fight while avoiding significant punishment. That's why they described him as methodical. He doesn't just trade punches. He studies, adapts, and systematically breaks down his opponents piece by piece. So, while they still think it could be a decent bout, they clearly view Shakur as the one with the higher ceiling in terms of skill.
I ain't gonna lie. I just want to see O'Shaquie get that payday. I don't think he can do nothing with Shakur. I just want to see him get that payday because he earned it. But I think it'd still be a good fight. But Shakur, that's that next level thing. Big O'Shaquie fan though. Shout out to O'Shaquie. Congratulations.
Tim Bradley also shared a very blunt opinion about the situation involving Shakur Stevenson and Keshin Davis. From his perspective, neither fighter can keep claiming there are no big-name opponents available when they're literally right in front of one another. Bradley essentially argued that if the top-tier names won't come to the negotiating table, then Shakur and Keshin should take the initiative and face each other. He also highlighted the current dynamic between them, noting that Keshin is still playing a secondary role to Shakur. In Bradley's view, as long as Keshin remains in Shakur's shadow, people will keep viewing Shakur as the frontrunner and Keshin as the younger contender trying to carve out his own path.
He complaining over no damn spoiled milk because you ain't got no dance partners. That go for Shakur. That go for all these guys. Shakur, Keyshawn, whoever else. There's dance partners out there, man, but you got to be willing to dance with them and take that damn risk. They saying that you the best. You saying you the best. You the best. I want to fight this guy, this guy. Well, those guys don't want to fight you. Now you got to fight somebody else, or you can fight each other. Oh, Tim, don't go there. Don't go there. Key, Shakur getting all your opponents, bro. You second fiddle, straight up. You are second fiddle to Shakur. Shakur is daddy, you son.
Meanwhile, Boxing Massacre shared a post saying, Sean Zittle points out the contrast between Oshie Foster and Shakur Stevenson. Foster is viewed as a grounded fighter who earned his way up through hardship, from prison to the edge of stardom. Shakur, on the other hand, is seen as the more polished, privileged talent who had the path paved for him thanks to his standout amateur background. Henry Garcia also spoke firmly about the names currently being discussed around Ryan Garcia. He made it clear that Team Garcia isn't focused on just one opponent. They have several big names in mind. Henry mentioned Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Jaron Boots Ennis, and even Virgil Ortiz as potential targets on their list. That shows they're thinking on a large scale and aren't trying to take the safe route with Ryan's next career move. With Shakur and Keshan Davis already part of the ongoing boxing conversation, Henry's remarks add even more intrigue to the situation. Fans are now eager to find out whether Team Garcia is genuinely committed to chasing these high-risk bouts, or if this is simply another strategy to keep Ryan's name linked to the sport's biggest stars.
Dunn fights whoever he wants. You know that. We're not here to, say, hey man, pick and choose. No, he's gonna fight you. Like you mentioned Shakur, Okay, you got Shakur, you got Devin, you've got Boot Ennis. And guess what? We even got Virgil Ortiz on our radar. So we got all that happening, but you just gotta get over that La Jolla stuff right now. Because they got some issues. But yeah, we're all for it. We're going from 140, 147 to 154. That's what
Malik Scott also gave his honest assessment of a potential matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Conor Benn. He praised Shakur for his most recent performance and admitted that Shakur looked exceptional inside the ring. However, Malik made it clear that his opinion on Conor hasn't changed. In his view, Conor possesses a fighting style that could cause trouble for anyone, provided he stays disciplined and doesn't let his emotions take over. Malik believes Conor would need to follow intelligent game plan, use his feints effectively, and turn the fight into a rough contest on the inside. He also thinks Conor would apply more pressure than Teofimo Lopez did, simply because Conor is naturally more active and aggressive. So even though Shakur may have looked brilliant, Malik still believes Conor has the necessary tools to make that fight a tough one, if he approaches it the right way.
How he fought, it doesn't matter who he fight, he would give them trouble. Just because Shakur just looked like the world's greatest the other night, I give him credit. I still remain on my statement that I said about Conor. If he fight discipline with no emotions and stick to a game plan and use his feint, he's very rough and evil on the inside. He's going to push that gas a little bit more than Tio did against.
Because he was.
Don't forget to take a look at the rest of our content here on the channel.